Hi everyone, welcome to Lisa's Stamp Studio. I'm Lisa Curcio. My focus is going to be on Christmas now, with it just coming up weeks away. It's hard to believe, isn't it? I'm going to be using a nostalgic stamp set called All Ye Faithful, and it made this beautiful card, and I can't wait to show you how to create it. While I've got your attention, don't forget, I offer great online classes with project PDF tutorials and even stamps in the mail. My stamps in the mail is unique is that there is no subscription required. I hope you'll head over to my blog and check it out. But let's get over the stamp table and let's get started. Here's a beautiful close-up of this nostalgic Christmas card. Isn't it pretty with that Blackberry Bliss? Let me show you how to create it. You'll begin with a piece of 5.5 by 8.5 of Blackberry Bliss cardstock, and I'm going to start by folding this in half, and I'm going to use my bone folder just to give myself a nice crisp crease here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this softly falling embossing folder. Just beautiful. The great thing about this is you can actually make the snowfall heavy at the bottom or heavy at the top, so you can manipulate this with your project. For this one, I'm actually going to make sure that it's heavy at the top. So this kind of goes on like a slip cover. So it's going to wrap right around the card. So I have my Big Shot. I've taken it down to no tab. So this is flat on the surface. I've taken the other two tabs off. I've now put the embossing folder between two clear mats to protect it. It's very, very important that your embossing folder is going to be flush on both sides because it's a perfect fit. If you force it through there, you're going to chew off some of that embossing folder as you crank it through. So here we have that beautiful textured finish. The next step is going to be a piece of crumb cake cardstock, and this is cut 2.5 by 4 3/4. And if you miss any of the dimensions today, don't worry, they're all on my blog, so you can head over there. The address is here on the screen. This is a piece of the Winter Wonderland vellum from the stack. It's absolutely beautiful. And I love this because it kind of reminded me of a stained glass window. This is actually going to go here. Now I'm going to use snail adhesive. Now the one thing about vellum is it's opaque, so you're going to be able to see the adhesive, so you're going to want to be careful where you put it. Since my image is going to go here in the center, that's a safe place for it. So I'm going to put my adhesive here on the back in the center. And I'm going to mount that square here on the front of my crumb cake cardstock. Then I'm going to use a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This measures 2 inches by 4 1/4, maybe just a hair under 2 inches, because we're going to use it in the ornate tag topper punch. Slide this right up the track and push down, and you've got to love that you get an absolute perfect tag every single time. Now I'm going to create a banner tip on here as well. Now you could use your scissors and fussy cut it, but I love this triple banner punch. Mine's going to slide right up the track, all the way to the back, and then I'm going to press. And now I've got that perfect banner tip. I'll use crumb cake ink for my image. And this image is from the beautiful stamp set called All Ye Faithful. Yes, beautifully nostalgic stamp sets. Never, ever going to go out of style, that's for sure. I'm going to go ahead and ink that up, and I'm going to stamp that here towards the bottom. Then we'll use the Blackberry Bliss. This will create the sentiment on the card, and I'm actually going to fit it sideways. And I'm going to stamp this as far as I can near the edge of the tag. The next step on the tag is going to be some washi tape. This is the Winter Wonderland washi tape. And if you're wondering why I have it on a clip, it's because that's how I keep my series of washi tapes that go together all in one handy place. So I'm going to pull off a little bit of washi tape. Now this is going to be a very, very thin border on either side of these. Now I stamped this one just a little bit too close. So I'm going to manipulate my washi tape a little bit so that you can read the Y and ye. And then I'm going to rip this off, and I'm going to fold the excess to the back. Now when we're all done doing both sides, we'll give this a haircut. And I'm going to do the same thing now on this side. Okay, now that that's finished, I'm going to take my paper snips, and I'm going to give this just a little bit of haircut, following the angle of the punch, which you can see very easily through the washi tape. You want to use some dimensionals on the back of this panel here, and I did one in each of the 4 corners. And I also did one in the center so that the card wouldn't bow when it was mailed. And then we're going to take the paper backing off of these. That panel will go here in the center of the card. And I'm going to use a few more dimensionals on the back of the tag as well. And that is going to go here. I have one of the beautiful snowflake elements. These are of thin balsa wood, but they're just beautiful. And I'm going to use a glue dot on the back of this, and I'm going to attach that here near the top. Just had to roll that glue dot just a little bit to cover the hole. And just before the video, I cut off about 8 inches of the gold cord trim, and I made a bow, and I'm going to use another glue dot, and that's a little bit big, so I'm going to scrunch that behind there, and that's going to go right in the center of my snowflake. And if it's a little bit too long, which I think it is, kind of covering up my greeting, I'm going to give it a little bit of a haircut, and there we go. Isn't that beautiful and so simple? This is the card we created today, and this is my original. I'm so grateful you joined me today, and I wanted to thank you for all of your business. I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day, everyone.